Hello and welcome, everyone. I thought I would just go ahead and start a little bit early since I'm here. I'm ready to craft, and I already see Lala and Pam. And oh, hey, Debbie just popped in. Hi, friends. So, just a bit of a casual little craft and chat. I will try to do some solo streaming in between crafty fun with friends. So that's all tonight is about, just having a bit of a play and getting to hang out with all of you. So I believe at the moment, if I've done things correctly, I should be streaming out to YouTube, my Facebook page, and as well Instagram. So from wherever you are joining, welcome and thanks for popping in. And what I thought I would do is play with my BetterPress a little bit. And the last time I solo streamed, I did a vertical stream and I was playing with Lindy's Gang Magicals. They are, oh, I forget. Is this Tea and Crumpets? I think these were from Tea and Crumpets is the name of the collection. No, I can't remember exactly if these were the specific panels I created or if it was these ones here. Might have been these. I've been doing a lot of playing with the magicals. They're just really, really fun. So, oh, thanks, Debbie. Debbie says, be sure to smash the like. Thanks, friend. Um, yeah, this is Debbie, you said I love this collection. Is it the Lindy's Gang collection or the Better Press collection you're referring to? But what I thought I would do tonight is to actually use some of these backgrounds. And they're really fabulous. The um the camera just doesn't really pick it up, but uh, can you see the shine? There's like a little bit of that shimmer to it. That's what the magicals give you, is that shimmery effect, and it's really, really fun, especially since some of the colors are, like, a little bit of a burst, like, a little bit of a surprise, because if you looked at the bottle, you would not have seen any yellow, in there, but yet there it is, a pop of yellow. So I'm gonna use this background, and I think what I'll do is better press right over it. So, oh, hello, Jay. Welcome, my friend. Um, is there a horizontal version of the stream? No. I don't know how I would do both horizontal and vertical. So, the vertical streams, Lala and I have been testing them out a little bit. They seem to kind of get promoted. Okay, so for content creators out there, I know Jay, Debbie, Lala, you all stream. So it does appear as though vertical streams are getting promoted sort of in their own little marketing channel on YouTube. And so it is a little bit of an experiment that Lala and I are conducting to see if these tend to get picked up a little bit more as compared to your regular 16:9 format, horizontal format. Part of the hypothesis, I suppose, is that a lot of people are watching their live streams from phones, and so on a phone, this format tends to maybe suit a little bit better. So that's what we're testing out. Adelaide, welcome, my friend. Thanks for joining. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, I am gonna get my BetterPress ready. So this one is from the Mirrored Arch Blooms, and it's got some lovely florals, and it has a nice open space in the center here where you can BetterPress or stamp or create a more focal area if you want, but it does come included with the sentiment. And the sentiment reads, "Sending birthday wishes to my most amazing friend." Um, so that's really awesome. I didn't read this carefully. I didn't know that it said most amazing. So I feel like I can't make more than one of these. 'Cause if it's supposed to go to your most amazing friend, you should only have one most amazing friend, right? Okay, so here's the ink that I am going to BetterPress with. So I know that a lot of folks who have the BetterPress have been kind of experimenting and using whatever inks they have in their stash. And I definitely recommend that because so many inks work really, really well with the BetterPress. And these are Sukaneko inks. They are Memento Luxe. What you'll find is because they are part sort of, kind of part of the Memento line, what you'll find is that the names of these will actually coordinate with the name of a Memento, which is the dye-based ink that Sukaneko puts out. So you'll find corresponding names. I don't think, though, that there's a Lux variation for every single color of Memento. But if you're looking for maybe coordinating inks, then you'll be able to find them in the Memento line between Memento and Memento Luxe. What makes it Luxe? There's actually a bit of a shimmer or a sparkle, and these, unlike your regular Memento inks, they are actually a pigment ink, and they are permanent and archival. So that means that you can actually ink them onto multiple different surfaces, and it's pretty like viscous and sort of sticky as a lot of pigment inks are, and I think that's one of the properties that makes it work really well with your BetterPress. So, so I have found that I've gotten really good results with Memento Lux on my BetterPress. Hi, Cordelia. Welcome, my friend. Um, I see you've joined, and oh, hey, Shanna. Welcome. Thanks for joining, friends. How's everybody doing tonight? The weather in my area has been phenomenal. We've gotten some really nice sunny days lately, which for Washington State, as you all know, we don't always get a lot of sunny days, especially during the spring. um, Wait, what's happening? Why is Cordelia not willing to drive 400 miles? And am I invited? Hey, Susan. No, welcome, friend. Um, okay, so I am going to. Hey guys, do you have a preference for what ink you think works better on this panel? Should I go with the more purple, dark purple? Technical color is elderberry, or should I go with lilac posies on this background? Thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And then while you are giving me your thoughts, I am going to let's start to get this uh, positioned. So the BetterPress, for folks who might not have it, on the magnetic platform here, there's registration lines. So it conveniently tells you where A2 is, where A7 is. And so if you're looking to really get things to center and line up evenly, then you can go by that. And then where's my, oh, here we go. Then we have the, sorry, I just knocked my camera. Then we have the top plate or platen. And this too has registration marks so that you can line up your panel on here. So let's see. There's one vote. Shanna says lilac posies. I see hello to Linda. Oh, hey, Linda. Welcome, friend. How's it going? Cordelia says lilac. And Adelaide has great weather also. Oh, that's good. Now that we're turning to spring, hopefully the cold and all of that's past us. Susan says lilac. Okay, lots of votes for lilac. I think that is going to be what I go with. Wonderful. Okay, so what I will do is, which way? I think that's the top to me. Yeah. It's so funny because even though these are, like, totally abstract, I still see, like I still see an actual orientation. For me, this reads like the correct orientation. Are you guys, uh, like that too? Oh, Adelaide says, "Please do lilac." Okay, perfect. I think we have a consensus here. Nice. Alright, thanks, friends. Um, okay, so what I'm gonna do Okay, so normally what I would do is normally I would just tape the edges like this, but my design this plate goes almost very nearly to the outer edges of the panel. So I'm just gonna roll, kind of loop it on itself, roll that bit of tape and put it in the center here. Maybe I need a second one. And then I can just position that right over my plate, and now I can grab it. So now we've attached our panel that we want to BetterPress onto, and now I've taped it to the platen. So then lilac posy. Okay, so now to ink up. So you're gonna see like how this plate takes these Memento Lux inks so well. Might be a little hard to see on camera, because our color is a little bit lighter, but um, it transfers really well. I've got actually the BetterCraft machine next to me here, just off to this side, and for folks who might have the BetterCraft, it works just great with the BetterPress, works great with the Glimmer, so if folks are wondering, I've been using that lately actually because it's smaller. And lately what I've been doing for anyone who might be watching like my product review videos, I've been reviewing the Craft First plates on my Gemini, which is an electric machine, and the BetterPress, the Glimmer, it will not go through something like the Gemini. Although I've been told that it will go through the Sizzix electric machine. I can't remember what they call theirs. What does Sizzix call their electric die cutting machine? The Switch. The Switch. I think T said BetterPress or the Glimmer will go through the Switch. So, but it won't go through the Gemini. So I've put there's that. Kind of subtle, but I like it. It's just like a hint of something, just to add some more texture, some more interest. But you can see it transferred beautifully, and it's just so great. It's such an easy way to create some extra texture, extra patterning to your panels. And I like cheating and doing these onto onto a background because then I don't really have to color. But what I might do is go in and just do some selective coloring so that some of the design comes through a little bit more. So let's do that. I'm gonna smush a little bit of, oh, hey, T's here. Yeah, so T says, I have a Switch and the BetterPress works. Yay. Oh, the Vagabond. Do they still put the Vagabond out? I thought they replaced Vagabond with the Switch. Interesting. Okay, so oh, thanks for asking. Lala's got a good question. She says, "How do you watch your favorite crafty friends on YouTube? Laptop, computer, TV, phone?" I'm curious. So, computer, iPad, PC always, um, laptop. Okay, good to know. Okay, so I've got my panel here. I'll do a better press sentiment in the center, but maybe what I'll do is just smush out some color here, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spritz, and let's color this in. Um, get a water brush marker here, or a water brush pen. And I'm gonna do some really simple coloring. Not a ton, just so that we can see the design a little bit. And, yeah, let us know in the chat, folks, what you how you feel about these vertical streams. It's relatively newish, and I saw somebody on, Facebook say that Facebook only lets you do vertical streams, but I'm not sure that that's actually the case. Um, Hi, Maria. Welcome, my friend. Just doing a little bit of better pressing. So I'm trying not to use a ton of water, though, because I know that, the water these panels are still relatively they're not well, I guess I made them a few days ago now. I just don't wanna reactivate too much of that ink, from the Lindy's gang. So and then I'm gonna go in with, like, a single wash and then come back in just maybe towards the center with just a little bit more, just to pick up make it a little bit more darker towards the center. So that way, you can kind of hopefully see that it starts to make the design read a little bit better, but I'm not actually gonna color over this area because I kind of like that color variation, so I'm gonna leave that, but I'm gonna pick, some more areas to maybe do a little bit of, watercoloring over. So what do you guys think about doing, like, weeknight streams like this? Um I thought maybe I would start throwing in a couple weeknight streams, cause weekends, I know I don't wanna clobber over anyone else's streams with more weekend streams, and, hopefully what I wanna try to do is find a good time for our international audience too, so that there's a good time for folks who are on the other side of the globe to be able to join. And oh, Pam says it's dinner time for her. What's for dinner, Pam? Before you bounce, can you let us know? It's kind of close to dinner time for me too. My husband and I normally eat around 7:30ish maybe. Just kind of probably a little bit late, but I think what I'm aiming to do is, uh, wherever I end up, I'm gonna aim to end my stream at 7, and then I'm gonna redirect everybody if you're still hanging and looking for more crafty fun. I'll redirect everybody to Lala because I think she's got a stream. Lala, do you wanna tell us in the chat, what are you gonna be doing on your stream? I think it's Easter cards, right? So if you wanna hang out here, you'll automatically get redirected to Lala's stream. at the end of this one. And Delise would be so proud of me. I'm actually, like, watercoloring on a live. Uh, oh, Cordelia, you're heading off to bed. Cordelia, are you on the East Coast? So I guess about this time might be a little too late for some folks then. Okay, so let's see. Maybe a little I'm liking how this is turning out. Maybe I'll actually end up doing more coloring than I originally anticipated. It's kind of nice. And I like watercolor because you can be really loose with it and it's so forgiving. So cool. Okay. Maybe should I do all of the big flowers in the corner? That one's really purple though. I wonder maybe I'll do well, let's see what happens if I add pink to that. Maybe I'll do pink on the littler ones on the side here. And well, I should definitely do this one down here, right? Should I color them all in lilac or should I color some of these in the purple? Oh, maybe I should have done that one in purple because then I'd have purple in the two colors. Um, oh, okay. Susan says it's on a Tuesday. It's after craft roulette in review, so I guess that's good. Okay, good. Yeah. It's so hard because I think more and more people are streaming, so it's kind of hard to find a time that is is not gonna conflict. But hopefully, but I'm never offended if anyone needs to kind of bounce and kind of spend some time with other creators out there. That's totally cool. There's space for all of us here. And I'm always grateful anytime folks spend some time with me on my live stream. So thank you so much for popping in. And I think I might go back and color this one in purple. That's my thinking. Or elderberry, as it were, the official name of that color. Because then I'll have well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Feel like that might balance things a little bit better. And but the BetterPress is most times I don't even do anything because it's so pretty on its own. So a lot of the times I just leave it and kind of let the design stand for itself, but I feel like just even some simple coloring really helps to bring the design out, especially on a background that's kind of got a lot going on like this one. Look at that. Maybe a little bit more here. So, speaking of coloring, um, Meg let it out of the out of the bag. Um, I think it was a couple weeks ago now on a Crafty Fun with Friends that she's gonna be doing coloring classes. So now that the cat's out of the bag, I'll go ahead and continue to talk about that and and give you a little bit of an update of what we're thinking, what we're planning, and let me know whether you're catching this. Oh, Meg's here. Oh, Meg, were your ears ringing? Because I was just talking about you. Yikes. So Meg, I was just starting to uh, chat a little bit about the coloring classes, because I didn't tell Meg I was gonna say anything more about them, but since the cat's already out of the bag, I thought it would be safe to to chat a little bit about it. Um, so Meg's gonna be doing some coloring classes. We're working on the first one at the moment. And when I say doing, I mean she's gonna be teaching them. And the first one, she's already got planned and in the works. We're just trying to figure out, timing for it and all of that good stuff, and making sure we kind of figure out the technology side of things. And the idea that that we have for these coloring classes is that they're not just going to be videos that you watch, but that will definitely be an option. But the idea is that they will also be actual like workshops that you can, if you'd like, attend live. You can watch us live, you can chat live with us just like you're doing now. It's not gonna be on YouTube. We're gonna have our own, kind of webinar sort of style, presentation for it, but the software that we're using will have live chat, so that way you can ask questions, and the idea is that you will have everything that you need to color along with us, and that way as Meg is teaching, you can actually follow along, and if you have questions as you're following along, then she'll be there to answer. And we're gonna have a Facebook group where you can actually, if you want real time, and this is what I think is gonna be really unique about Meg's offering, is that if you want real time feedback on your the progress that you're making during the class, you can just post a photo of it, kind of like what we do during Crafty Fun, right? Where, if anyone's crafting along with us, sometimes, when I can remember, I'll pop on over to the Facebook group and I'll bring up photos of that folks have shared out to the group. Well, we're aiming to have a similar experience with these classes as well. And then that way, you can actually get real time feedback from Meg directly on your coloring. And so she's going to be focusing on alcohol marker coloring, to start. And I think it's going to be loads of fun. Meg, since you're here in the chat, if you wanna tell more, please feel free. Hopefully, I'm not spilling the beans too much. But, so the first one we plan on doing, and I say we only in the sense that I am helping with the technology, and part of the way that we're gonna structure it is that Meg's gonna teach the class, but then you'll also see me follow along and learn right alongside with you, if you are coloring along with us. And so I'm really looking forward to it because I'm very eager to kind of, if anyone has seen Meg share her coloring, you know that Meg is very, very talented. And so I'm really looking forward to her kind of sharing all of her, helping us to develop those skills as well. And I'm sure, Meg's gonna have tips and tricks for whatever level of colorist you are and whatever level of colorist you want to be, because not everybody's looking to be getting to like photorealistic coloring or anything. So it's a journey, and it's a journey that's headed wherever you want to take it. And so the class is gonna be open to everybody. The first one's gonna be free, and hopefully, there will be continued interest, and then we'll do more that might not be for free. Hey, Jim, welcome, my friend. Um, I'd also like some kind of workout while I sleep. Well, that's I don't know what that is a comment reply to, but I'm totally down with that. If there's a way for us to achieve that, I'm all for it. Um, okay, so I think that's all the coloring I wanna do. It just helps to add a little bit more color in some of these areas. I didn't actually, you know what? The Lindy's gang held up really well. It didn't, um it didn't reactivate. Not a ton, because you can still see, like, that purple from the initial splatter. So, that did better than I thought. I thought the water would really move it and reactivate it, but it didn't. So, that's awesome. Okay. So, I think I'm good with that. Then now to make the rest of the card. So, this is really easy to clean because even though the Lux inks are archival, it's still water-based, so to clean it, you actually don't need the archival ink cleaner. You can just wipe it with water. I found that that cleans it just fine, and see how it all came right off. I'll just do a second spritz of water just to really make sure it's good and clean. Um, so that's as easy as it is to clean these plates. Um That's so funny. Okay, these magnets are really strong. Okay, I had to slide to get that off. Alrighty, so got that. My gosh, does anyone else's BetterPress plate look this dirty? Sometimes I watch other creators and I don't know how they keep their BetterPress so clean. Like, this is so embarrassing, but here's a close up. Look how much ink is all over. Um, yeah, this was a very light gray when I first got it. It's so it's very well loved. Kim Kim says mine is much cleaner. I am so with you on this, Kim. I have not regretted getting the Better Press, for a single moment. I love it. Um, it's really fabulous. Um, okay, so I think I need a sentiment. So, okay, here's my thought. I've got this. And what I thought I would do is so this is part of the Mirrored Arch collection. That might not be the official name, but there's a set of new nested shape dies by Spellbinders, which is Mirrored Arch. So there's one of these sizes of nested shape dies actually fits exactly in here. So I've got that. And then what I think I'm gonna do is a white panel, and I am going to better press onto that. I think I'm gonna use the same lilac posies. So let's use lilac posies. And I think I'm gonna do white. Let's find some white cardstock. Let's see. Is this big enough? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and where's my, here it is. Get my platen. We'll pick that up. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, I've got some weird fuzz on here. Get that out. Okay. So this is the birthday sentiment that came with this set. Okay. I would not recommend like squishing really hard. Just do little taps. The Luxe is actually a this is a foam applicator. So if you push down, it's gonna squidge all the ink like all over. And then when it goes through the BetterPress, it might actually kind of overprint. So with foam ink pads, because I think the BetterPress inks, I think they are the kind of those felted linen ink pads. This though can be pretty squishy, so just tap tap tap. Hi Kelly, welcome friend. I see a lot of hi Kellys. Oh, there you are. Hello. Welcome. Oh, you've been playing. Yeah, the BetterPress is awesome, isn't it? It's so fast to make a bunch of cards. All right, so I've got my plate. And on actually what I might do, I think this is a little bit thinner, so I might actually adjust this is just regular cardstock. The initial panel I better pressed onto, that was watercolor paper. I think it was my Canson watercolor, and it better pressed really well through that. So you don't always have to use the 100% cotton paper either. You can use, it's so nice. I mean, you can for sure use all the things that are denoted for BetterPress, but whatever inks you have, whatever substrates you have, just use them. It's gonna work pretty well, I found, on darn near everything. So there's that. Cool. So now, boy, this tape is strong. Oh, you know what? I think I shouldn't have tightened it. It actually cut through a little. Okay. I thought I needed to increase the pressure, but that was not necessary. So I'm just gonna ink another, because this actually, it is meant to deboss, but it actually cut through a little bit. So let's do that again. And that means I need more cardstock. Is this big enough? Yeah. All right. That's the nice thing with the BetterCraft, because you can adjust the pressure, and it was totally not necessary just now. So get another bit of cardstock on here. That should be big enough. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? What I need to make sure is that it's big enough for, hopefully it's big enough. Okay. Oh. Oh, have you better pressed onto acetate? Ah. Oh, for like making templates and stuff? Gotcha. Okay, so I am gonna make up another panel here. And then I readjusted my beer craft so that I'm not adding extra pressure. Let's not cut through our panel here. Let's try that again. Okay, to help keep your plate clean. Oh, interesting. I think my plates are too far gone. There's no there's no there's no cleaning this. Oh my gosh, folks, I'm so OCD. I almost want to like buy a new set of um BetterPress plates, like maybe not the platen. I think my platen's okay, but I almost want to buy a new magnetic magnetic shim, just so that it's not as dirty as I've tried, like the ink cleaners do not clean this stuff. Like look how it's so bad. But it's embarrassing, but, it just means that I'm using my BetterPress, right? Uh, what setting do I have my beer on? It is on the 2D letterpress for the, top dial, and then on the bottom dial, I uh, you don't need to add any micro adjustment, you can just leave it at 0. I made the mistake just now of increasing the pressure because this is thinner, I thought I would need to increase the pressure, but look, it punched right through. So that's more of a debuzz than we need. So just top dial letterpress and then bottom dial 0. That seems to work just fine. Yeah, it's very well loved tea. um oh, you're so sweet, Lala. Um Lala always mentions my exploring better press series, which you're so sweet, my friend. Thank you. Um I just used archival ink cleaner on my plates tonight to try because that's what it worked okay. Yeah, I've used the archival ink cleaner to try to clean my actual like the plastic part. Like it's supposed to be white, like that bit right there. But look at it's all over, folks. That's not coming off. I've tried every cleaner I have. Um, it's okay. I'm just gonna have to learn to live with it. It's not worth buying another another chase or another well, that would be like the whole system if I replace the white part too. So I just need to accept it. Oh my gosh, this is cutting it close, folks. Let's see. Is that the right size? So this is the mirrored arch. How much of a border do we want? I guess we'll start with this. Oh my. Okay. So I'm gonna die cut this. Um Hey T, since you're here, I know that you've tried the craft first plates. Um have you tried their plastic shim with the Gemini? I don't know if you have a Gemini. Because the cutting plate did just fine, but my plastic shim is like super duper warped. Well, hard to tell like on here, but Let me try to get, does this help? So it's really bowed quite a lot. But the plate is pretty flat. It's held up pretty well. I think it'll last a good long time. I was surprised for anyone out there who uses the Gemini. Do you find yourself having to replace the plastic shim too? I didn't realize that that's something that goes all wonky also. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've got the big Gemini too, and oh, it does happen. Okay, Kelly says that happens with mine and the Gemini, even with the original. Okay. Yeah, I'm finding that the plate is really fantastic. The craft first plate, it's held up really nicely. Um and it's great. It's hardly warped at all. But the plastic shim is super warped. I'm actually doing I filmed a video to update on my review of the craft first plates, but the plastic shim, it's so warped that I really have to like put a lot of pressure to like squeeze it down in order to actually fit it through the opening of the Gemini. So it's that warped. So I was surprised. But then somebody in my previous video said that she's pretty much had to like replace the full stack sandwich at one point or another, like magnetic shim, plastic shim, cutting plates. Maybe that's just something to be expected. Um, yeah, yeah. Kelly, you could post a picture to the Facebook group. My Gemini, so unloved. And I like T, I have the big one, which is a bit of an investment, right? And so I was really happy when Craft First was like, okay, we'll send you some of our plates to try, because that was the main thing that I just didn't like about the Gemini, is that it just eats up your plates, and they're not that, you know, cheap to replace either. So and the other thing, I don't know if this has happened or if I'm doing something wrong, but some of my dies, it actually warped some of my dies too. Has that happened to anyone else? Um So that's when I really stopped using it, because I was like, you know, like if you have a big open die, like like a framelit die, um, that isn't like a ton of metal, you know, it's not like a super solid die. I've put it through, and then when it comes out the other end, then all of a sudden my die is like all bendy, which I know probably doesn't really hurt it. Um, it'll cut just fine the next time, but I kind of don't like the idea of my dies getting all bent up like that. So let's see. I need a card base for this, and I'm wondering if I need a bit of a. I have this. I wonder if do I need like a bit of a border all the way around? If I need a border all the way around, I'm gonna end up cutting quite close to the design. But maybe that's what we need. Um, let's get, oh my gosh, I don't even have a card base, folks. That's what happens when we just go live spur of the moment. Okay, let me keep an eye on time. Just want to make sure, because I do want to um, pass everybody over to Lala, and I think it's gonna start her stream at 7 my time. So Lala, holler at me when you're actually maybe you've headed off to your stream just to prepare. Dark blue. Okay, dark blue border. Yeah. Thanks, Adelaide. Mm-hmm. So let's get our card base done. Night, Brenda. Enjoy the rest of your week, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Oh, interesting. Kelly says my Gemini plates are so warped it starts to separate my machine. Oh, just push it back in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so much pressure. That's why I kind of like the craft first plates, because I actually have it here. So I measured the thickness of the Gemini plates versus the craft first. And if you do a full stack of the craft first, it actually ends up being less thick compared to the Gemini original plates. So then it's like a little bit easier, I think, on your dies, because I did this test. I just finished a month of using the full stack of Craft First, and pressure-wise, I feel like pretty good. I didn't get any bendy dies. I didn't get any. You know how sometimes there's like so much pressure, and then your whatever cardstock you're die cutting into, it too gets warped when it comes out the other end. I had none of that with using the full stack of Craft First, but I have just now started to use Gemini for everything except for the cutting plates as an experiment to see, well, if you have all of your original Gemini plates, but you're just looking to replace the cutting plate, how would that look? And it gotta say it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It has really so far, my dies are holding up okay under the pressure, but like if I were to cut just like a simple shape like this panel might come out all warped, and then on top of that, it starts to really pick up like whatever scratches or anything that you have on your plates that are touching the pretty side starts to deboss into your cardstock, which is not a good look either. So I really like the craft first stack, using the full stack. I feel like that's the right amount of pressure. Yeah, the Empress is really nice. I know T's married to her Empress just as I am married to mine. Wait, T, do you have the full size Empress too, or do you just have the mini? I love the mini. Kelly, maybe you should get the mini Empress. The mini one is so cute, and it's only like I think 7x4 in terms of the footprint of it, so it's really convenient. Especially since like so many dies will go through, and your cover dies will go through, because it's the opening is big enough for that. Let's see. So hey folks, so do you feel like I need like a solid border all the way around the outside? Because then that would mean I'd have to trim like really close to the design. Let me know what you think. Should I leave it like this or should I do a solid border? I think Adelaide suggested blue. There's not really any blues here. I was thinking maybe a purple or maybe I've got this leftover bit of like a very watercolory pattern paper. So I could do that, or I could do the same dark purple as a border all the way around. Oh no, I got 1 vote for leave it, 2 votes for leave it, but T thinks I do need it. Um, let me try to find. Okay, so take a mental snapshot of that, folks. And is this the same? Yeah. Susan says my daughter says leave it. Hi, Susan's daughter. Yeah, it looks pretty close, Adelaide. I thought you were thinking this might be okay. So okay, folks. So there's that, right? Versus that. But if I add the border, that's gonna mean sacrifice, like cutting pretty darn close to the design. Susan says she says hey. Oh, does it look like blue to you as well? Now everybody thinks it's blue. It does look blue, doesn't it? I'm looking at the camera too, and it totally looks blue. But I swear it's purple, folks. Here, it's royal amethyst. Okay, it needs the border. Got it. Okay, I'm doing the border, folks. I'm gonna let's do the border. And then I think I'll be able to wrap up just in time to, if folks are still awake and want to hang out with Lala. I set up my stream so that it's just going to automatically redirect you over to Lala, and she's vertical streaming, I think, on her stream as well. So you don't have to, if you're used to watching in this format, it'll be consistent when you pop over to hers. And oh wait, I'm not done. I gotta chop this one down too. Where's my little mini? All right, let's see. Kelly says my hubby is working in the next room, so it's a good time to YouTube. Yeah, I agree, Pam. It's nice to just kind of hang out and because I don't have crafty friends in real life. So it's really, really nice to be able to just like come on live and have a little chit chat with everybody, see what you all are having for dinner and whatnot. We're doing pizza for dinner. Oh my gosh, I haven't told you guys, we are doing a big backyard, like massive renovation. So we pulled out last week was demolition. So they pulled out all of our old existing decking. And they're not quite done yet. They're still in that phase of things. And then we're going to build a new deck to replace it. But it's been something. It's been a lot of noise. There's a lot of this is a good suggestion, folks. Yeah, I like that. And it's really cool because the guy doing the deck for us, he and his wife, they only spend enough time in the US to kind of make some money so that they can support living abroad. And I think it's with their church group. They actually, go on missions to help build, like right now, his wife is in Turkey building a tiny home for, folks who lost their home to an earthquake, and so they'll just spend their time, in different countries where it's needed, and so he's kind of doing this, I'm glad that our neighbor recommended him to us because then he can kind of this will be his, like, big project for the summer. And then that way he doesn't really have to pick up, like, a lot of small jobs, just one nice big job to maybe fund the rest of the year, um, abroad. And so that's underway, and it's a pretty massive undertaking. Um, it'll be nice when it's done, and then we'll have a deck that we can actually enjoy. But right now, it's a hot mess, and it's like a lot of noise throughout the day. Um, Craft all day Saturday. Oh, that's true. Cause yeah, Pam, you are local. Yeah, we should hang out one of these days, and make a date of it. Oh my gosh, my craft space is not big, so I would be coming to you, Pam. Plus, you've got the snacks. Um, don't when's your next brownie tasting party? I know you said you used to do it. Can we start those back up and then I'll come over for those? Uh, I'm not gonna create an event, Lala. You just need to make your craft do a US version of your craft retreat. You should totally do it. Do a US version of your craft retreat. Um, you can have it here in Seattle. I'll put you up in my house. Um, I think Lala's even got her next one planned already for the Philippines. Yeah, right? T says I would love a tiny home. I feel like conceptually, I like that idea a lot, but then where would all my craft stuff go? Like, if it was a tiny home for like just my crafting. Oh, I wish I could have a tiny home for my craft space. Maybe I'll ask my husband, can we buy me a tiny home for crafting? Oh yeah, T just said it as my craft room. I didn't read the next line down. Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to the new deck. It's gonna be because it's the one guy doing it. It's gonna be a while before we can really enjoy it, but I think that's fine. Oh, fudge tasting. I'm for that. Yes, I'm down with it. Pam says, she would send her see, there we go. Pam's willing to send her husband away for a weekend to host a craft retreat. Good night, Jim. Oh yeah, I meant to ask Jim how's your was it your hip? I think Jim had a fall, right? And was recovering. Hope you're doing well, Jim. Um, we should we should do something. Oh, that's cool. A crafty mobile home? Oh. Oh, I almost did that upside down, folks. Whew. Um, That would be so cool to do. You know how people do, like, van life? Um, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be cool? I wish I could, like, make enough money to quit my job and then do, like, a van life, which is funny because that's my last name. So I could do, like, a van life crafty mobile home, like, crafting on the road show. Oh, did I tell you guys? Um, I went this was during COVID. I went back to visit my parents, but I didn't wanna fly during COVID, so I took Amtrak. So I took a train and I booked myself, like, one of the private rooms on the train, and I, like, brought my camera equipment and everything, and I was, like, filming videos on my I called it Crafting Across America or something like that. It was fun. It was very, very doable, but totally, if I ever made enough money crafting, I would totally ask my husband if he would be cool with me buying, like, a mobile home, and then I just, like, drive around the country and and sort of do a van life crafting and popping up in different places around the country and just, like, hanging out with crafters and spending some time in their, crafty home. Oh, it was a hip replacement. Okay, that's what it was. I think that would be awesome. Um, yeah, the train was, um, the oh, the rooms don't lock from the outside. Well, you can lock the room. I was able to lock my room. Um, well, I locked it from the inside, but I definitely will do more train trips. I wanna that's kind of bucket list thing, but for fun, because the thing is that I was, like, really paranoid, with COVID, and because it was at, like, the height of COVID, and so I got the room, and I basically did not leave the room, because if you book a room that has, like, the bathroom and everything there, you don't really have to leave, and I brought food because it was only, like, 2 or 3 days, so I just brought food and snacks. If you want, they'll bring the food to your room, and so I just had them bring, yeah, I didn't have enough food to, like, eat the whole trip, but I asked them to bring the meals to me because they had a different COVID protocol anyways, and they were only letting, like, X number of the compartments or whatever to go to the food area, and you had to eat in your room anyhow. They didn't let you sit in the dining area to eat, and so it was a very weird, different train experience, very secluded train experience. I would totally do a train trip again, but I wanna do, like, a good train trip experience where you can really enjoy, like, look outside the window, sit in the common area, sit in the, dining area, and maybe chit chat with people and stuff like that. So, I would definitely do it again, but not during COVID. That was that wasn't the most ideal, trip. Um, oh, yeah, that would be funny. Craft room makeover? Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, it would be so cool to get, hey, what's that, like, the craft room in a box thing? We could get them to sponsor us, and then we'd go around the country installing, the little craft room in a box, doohickey. That would be cool. Um, what happens when you go to the dining car? Yeah, I would wanna do the train across Canada or the one down to California too. I think that might be a good one, like, along the coast. Night bag, thanks for popping in, my friend. Yeah, yeah, that tea. Um, yeah, the so I didn't even go to the dining car though, Pam, because I was so paranoid with COVID, and so, normally though, it's like an experience, I think, to go, like, to the dining car and, you know, um eat with other people, and it's a big, nice open area with, like, I think a lot of windows in that car, so you can really see the scenery and everything outside, and, um, I mean, it's not like the food was that good, but I think it's more the experience. So I would totally do it. I would do it across country again too. That was fun. Like, from my room, the scene looked nice, but I felt a little claustrophobic at some point. Like 3 days of it, plus we got stuck, and then so we were stuck, like, overnight, so it took, like, instead of, I think, 3 and a half instead of 3 days, I think it took, like, 3.5 days. Okay, so sorry, I just keep jabbering on. All right, so that's my finished card. Thanks for hanging out with me, folks. Lala's probably starting her stream now. So I am going to wrap up my stream. If you want to just hang here, when I end my stream, it should automatically take you on over to Lala's stream. So, ooh, wait, you took the auto train from Virginia to Florida. Oh, that's kinda fun. Is an auto train a train where you get to bring your car with you? Oh, that's kinda cool if it is. Alright. Thanks, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna really say goodnight now. Alright. Night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna try to find a night where this is a good, regular time for folks, maybe a little bit earlier than, 6 PM, but, open to feedback, so just let me know when's a good week, when's a good or day of week, when's a good time, and, I'll start to do more of these solo streams. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good rest of your week, everybody. See you if you join us on Saturday for Crafty Fun. Take care.